and Sundries Fiber Podcast. We are on episode, what number?
27.
27. Oh my God.
Yep.
It feels like it should be way more, but because we have been doing this for a year.
Yeah.
But,
over a year.
Wow. So 27. Wow. Anyway, we are a knitting, crochet, and fibery goodness podcast. And sometimes. This is going to be a really short episode, guys. We've been a little preoccupied with life. Smidge. It's almost embarrassingly short.
Hey, it's a quick update. It's just a little snack.
It's a snack. This will just hold you over until our next one's going to be great, right?
Right. Yeah.
We have nothing planned. So
no, we have no plans to fix this.
So, it just, right now we both have been really busy. Lauren's overcommitted herself with the floss tube on all the Halloween stitches.
Halloween is my jam, so it makes me happy. But also, I've been divided in many different directions.
Well, you're doing another craft with Sarah.
I'm doing another craft with my sister. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But anyway.
She's building foam houses.
I'm building houses. They're very cute. It makes me happy.
They're very adorable. But anyway, and I'm closing on a house in 3 days. 3 days. By the time you guys see this, I will have closed on the house.
So good. This is the thing, though. I feel like I should be doing more because you actually have things going on. And I'm just like, I'm a dork and don't do my job.
I mean, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. She's
like, maybe, yes.
No,
I will be better.
It is what it is. I mean, one of the things, like, Lauren and I talked about when we started this podcast was we wanted to be true to ourselves because this is like, life happens, and we will be continuing to podcast, of course, but there will be episodes like today's where we just don't have a lot to show because life has happened.
Life happens. Motivation ebbs and flows. Mm-hmm. You start getting excited about a project, then you throw it across the room and decide you're never going to stitch again. Like,
Did that happen to you recently?
Not recently, but I've had it happen in the past. We've all been there. We've all been there where you're just like, I guess this is it for me. I no longer do this. Yeah. And then 2 days later, you're like, well, I miss it, so.
Well, for me, I know why I don't have updates is because the 2 of my other shawls that I'm working on, I've made mistakes in. And I just haven't felt like dealing with the fixing of those mistakes.
Oh, I feel you.
So, like, they're there, and I will get to them. But right now, I'm closing on a house, and I just need some easy shit.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'll start off with the easiest thing.
Yeah. This is my favorite thing.
Why is it your favorite thing?
Because it's for me.
For Lauren. So this is yet another Mohair Hat. This is, the pattern is Road Tripping, and I can never remember the designer, and I still, true to nature, have not brought my book with me, so unfortunately, it'll just be linked in the show notes, but I will give her credit. So this is a very basic hat. It's a mohair held with fingering weight yarn. I have used this yarn in like 18 projects now. It was 400 yards of fingering weight yarn by Pandia's Jewels, which I did find out she's not closing shop.
That's awesome.
She is reducing the number of updates that she does, and she's dying on a whim now instead of
feeling
obligations. Yeah. Yes.
I just realized because of the distance here that there is a stripe here.
There is a stripe.
That is much harder to see in its natural state.
Yes.
But it is I just love this
emerald color. It matches the brim.
Yeah.
It's the same yarn as the brim.
Yeah, this emerald color though is just my jam. I'm so happy with this. It is for me.
It is for you. Fits the noggin.
Fits the noggin nicely. Yeah.
So that I actually worked on. Remember in our previous episodes, guys, when I talked about like doing a whole bunch of crap at the fair? That was one of the things I worked on during fair week, but I kept it a secret this whole time because it's her birthday hat. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love it.
It is super cute. I knew, like, when you asked for it, I was like, damn it, I was gonna give you this yarn in a hat, and why'd you ask? And I'm like, ugh. So, anywho, super cute.
Thank you very much.
And then I have
she's the only one with updates today. I have nothing. I like, she's closing on a house. She did more than me.
You don't need to phrase it like that. It's fine.
No, because it's the truth. I feel bad.
I don't know how to hold those things. So I guess hold that end. Yeah. This has now become awkward to show. Just
some loops. Hang on.
It's fine.
I'm just making it a little nicer.
Okay. So this is the Stephen West, the Doodler Shawl. I almost forgot what I'm knitting here. And it is so cool. And there's a, get out of here. Get out of here. I have threads everywhere. It is a shawl of many hanging ends here.
It is, definitely.
So this shawl is knit in three big sections. The wedges, which I have finished. All the wedges are done.
Yes.
So it actually kind of looks like a wing, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. Especially because this curled is kind of like the bone.
Yeah.
So pretty.
It's so pretty. So I'm on the cable edge here, and I am using it is Pandia's Jewels. The purple is the color Wednesday, and the this color is called Howlite. It's like a white with some black gray speckles, and then beautiful. A couple pops of color in it. Like it's got some browns, it's got some blue.
Yeah.
Just where the speckles are changing, and it is so soft.
Yeah,
I am like beautiful, loving it. And I was really worried about like these I-cord edges being too tight because I have a tendency to have edge issues, but I'm really trying to keep it.
It's beautiful. It's
nice. And this cable is actually pretty easy to knit. It's like right now across like 20 some stitches, so it'll get bigger as I go this way. But for now, it's like 20 some stitches wide. And I literally did all this last night.
Because I text you and said, I don't have anything. And you're like, shit, I don't have anything either.
Nope. So I did this all last night, which was good. I was sitting down. We've had a lot going on, Jason and I, with the house and just with packing, because we've been packing every weekend, every free evening. And in the midst of packing, there's a big old mess just everywhere of, I have collected these things together that will need to go in a box, but there's not enough of them to put in a box yet. And I have had to make room in the bedroom for all the boxes because the boxes are literally up to the ceiling. Like, we put my suitcase on top of the stack of boxes and my suitcase is touching the ceiling.
Oh God.
So it's a pretty tall stack in our room. But we finally got everything so well packed that there is now, like, our chairs are free and I have room to sit and stitch and knit and stuff. So that will hopefully help with getting things done. Because it has been, I mean, we've been packing now, I mean, since the appraisal came back. So it's been 2.5 weeks of just solid packing.
Yeah. And
we also not only are packing up our house where we live now, but I have a whole bunch of crap at my dad's.
Yeah.
And it's from
you're spread across a couple different places.
I am spread. Because when I lived independently before Jason, there was a brief period where I moved in with my dad. And so all my stuff went into storage at my dad's house. So now, last weekend actually, we went over to my dad's, we pulled all those boxes out, we went through everything.
So good.
Well, I wanted to kind of at least know what rooms the boxes need to go to.
And what you have, what you don't have, what is good, what survived over time.
Because it's been in my dad's garage for 5 years, and we did find a box that a mouse got into, and it wasn't too bad. They just shredded the newspaper, and it was on glassware, so it will clean just fine. It's not anything that's
no clothes got ruined or anything like that.
There was no clothing in the garage. Everything that was in there was hardy. So we just went through everything there, and we did bring a few of the boxes back with us just to try to keep things like, I want to try to not have to go to 2 houses a whole lot. So every time we go to my dad's, we're just bringing a little more to Sean's so that we can just move everything from Sean's. That's the That's the hope.
It's gonna happen.
It's plan.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good plan, but it's a plan.
Yeah.
But in the midst of all that, I'm also knitting.
Hey, do we expect you to ever stop knitting? No.
No.
The one of the things I think that's tripping me up right now, and this is like a very minor thing to trip up, is my plan was to do a bunch of small crochet stuff.
Oh yes.
For the Dove Center Festival of Trees wreath, and that was like going to be my stuff that kind of carried me through. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it has been canceled for the year. Yeah, we're having, and
they're not even doing like last year when they canceled it, they tried to do an online decorate a tree, submit pictures, everybody votes, and then it would raise money that way. But this year they're not doing anything, so that
I guess it wasn't successful enough,
but
yeah, it sucks. I think we're having a mini COVID surge here, and so anything that gets people together has been pretty much canceled. Yeah, we're down to we usually have a huge Autumn Glory festival, parades, craft shows, everything. It has all been canceled down to one parade, and I'm not positive that's gonna survive.
I'm not sure.
They've
been really aggressive on Facebook posting clarifications of what exactly is canceled, because the Autumn Glory event that we have here is usually over 3 or 4 days. Yeah. 4 days. And so there's events, all kinds of stuff going on, but now it's like down to like the bare bones. Yeah. And I'm surprised that they've maintained it. Yeah. It sounds like the turkey trail was still on last I looked.
Okay. So that's at least something. But so trying to figure out what I want to do is kind of like, I'm like in a spot where I'm like, okay, do I want to do another garment? I have the yarn to do a top. Do I want to do something small? Do I want to do, I just don't have any inspiration right yet to figure out what I feel like doing. Yeah. So maybe I just need to spend more time on Instagram. That seems like the way to solve this problem.
Probably seems like a good way to solve the problem.
I just need to spend more time there. But
TikTok. Anyway. There's a lot of crocheters on TikTok.
Oh my gosh, I found a goth crochet artist, and she's constantly posting like stuff I really like. So I need to actually look at her patterns and see what's out there. So, but yeah, so I'm sure I'll come up with something in the next 2 weeks, and I'll try and pick up my slack. But yeah, that is, oh dear, wow, that was short. Like we said, bite-sized.
Is it like 15 minutes? Wait, I have this.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about this weird thing that happened to you.
Okay. So, Jason.
Show how beautiful first.
Jason.
Look how this pretties.
I have something. This isn't an acquisition, but let me explain the story behind this. Okay. So Jason, in all of his business travels, he went and did a computer repair at a woman's house, and he noticed that she had a Swift, which was laying on her bed. And he asked her, like, oh, do you knit? And it turns out that she not only knits, this is yarn from her sheep that she raises. She sends her wool off to a mill to be spun, and then she dyes it herself.
Beautiful.
And then she knits all her things with it. But she doesn't sell it. So she sent it home to Jason because he was apparently talking about me and all my knitting. And he's like, she's told him, you need to tell her, like, about this yarn. And of course, by the time he, like, gave this to me, he'd forgotten all the details. All I know is that he thinks it's Corriedale sheep. Because I started naming off sheep, and he's like, oh, Corriedale sounds right.
There we go.
So
I love the feel.
I'm not sure. It is a little scratchy, but it is something that I could wear next to skin.
It's not scratchy. It's just grippy. It's got that feel of real wool, of raw wool.
Well, it seems very similar to me to the Brooklyn tweed, where it's rough. Like when you touch the Brooklyn tweed yarn that I knit my sweater out of, it feels terrible at first. Like I was like, holy cow, everybody talked about how soft this was, and it felt really scratchy to me. So then I washed my swatch that I made out of it, and it really softened. And this kind of has that same similar feel. I can tell you, this is not woolen spun. It is worsted spun because it is not like breakable. I don't want to pull on it because if I break this whole thing, she'll kill me.
So
now I have to return this.
Yeah, that's the funny part to me. She's like, "Oh, you've got to know about this yarn."
That
Not
she
so
doesn't
you can
sell.
not so you can knit with it or have it as a gift or buy it or whatever. Just so you can know how good my yarn is that you can never use. Like, give it back now that you know.
I have to return it, and so I don't know. Like, I asked Jason, I'm like, so what was her like? What is she like?
Yeah, what's the intention here? Just
Yeah.
bragging rights to a knitter that would like get it.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know, it is very beautiful, and I was really excited when he showed it to me, but I'm now really sad because like this is totally my color.
Oh yeah, the other thing is she sent you exactly your color.
This is totally my color. It's showing up really orange
It's
on
showing
the camera.
a little coral, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
but
little more soft pink.
It's a soft pink, yeah. But it is, yeah, it's totally my color, and I'm just like so sad that I have to return this. But this arrived in such a unique fashion. I was like, Lauren, let's talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
We can't tell you anything about it because you can't buy it anywhere.
No, you can't buy it anywhere. I mean, I show lots of yarn that you can't buy anywhere because I've shown some things that are like...
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to say, like, this designer put out a limited run at Christmas or whatever. But then they know where to go for that designer and they can maybe get the next limited run.
I mean, I've shown stuff that I'm like, this is from Stash and I don't even know.
Yeah. So it's still pretty funny.
It is really beautiful. And I don't know if like her intention might be to like, maybe we'll meet up and maybe we'll like talk about this yarn and maybe things will develop from there. But yeah, she sent this home with my husband and was like, show her this yarn. And I'm like, oh, it is very beautiful. And I would love a sweater out of this.
Mm-hmm. Very pretty.
Or a hat. Hats would be nice. I like hats.
Nice, sweater, that feels like perfect sweater yarn.
It does feel like good sweater yarn. It's a nice worsted weight, which is really good. And it's definitely worsted spun. And it's beautiful. But yeah, there's my awkward yarn that's not mine.
Not an acquisition thing.
When people know you're a knitter, there's weird shit happens.
They're like, let me tell you about my sheep.
Oh my gosh, the sheep ends.
I have off my awesome cup.
Oh mine, I can show mine because you can see the inside now.
A speeder.
It's got a little speeder
in a witchy hat.
Yeah. Our Halloween mugs. I drank all my tea. It's all gone.
I'm working on mine.
It's all gone. But
anyway.
So as far as updates go for our future, I'm closing on a house in 3 days. I am apparently going to be a professional floor sander.
Yeah. You're a professional renovator.
Sand my floors.
Now you also have to do what's it called? Repointing? Is that a project for like down the line, like a year from now? You can't
do that this time of year.
Okay, so yeah.
So
next
the
year,
brick on the house, Jason's stepdad looked at it and said it needs repointed. The inspector didn't actually say it needs repointed, but I don't know. Like, I kind of wonder if his stepdad was just like, use this to get the price down, and like, how bad is it? I don't know.
And it could be one of those like, hey, if you catch it now, it's much easier, but it's not critical. Like, the inspector's looking for more critical stuff.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but it will need, like, eventually it will need updated, and I'm not sure if it'll be a next year or the year after project.
Yeah, those kind of big projects are like something you have to consider in long term.
And it's not an expensive project from what I understand, but it is time consuming. I've actually watched a few TikToks of people doing it, and it's pretty time consuming. I mean, I'm willing to take it on. I'm just kind of saying, like, I'm worried about how urgent JR made it sound, and maybe it's not that urgent because I've had a couple other people look at it who've said, like, it's not crumbling and falling out, so it should be okay. But
I think he probably did think, like, could be done. To him, like, there's certain people that are like, well, if a project needs done, then obviously it's urgent. Like, you know.
He is very much, and he is like, everything needs done, and you just need to do it now. And like, there's a little bit of pressure coming from Jason's family that's like, get everything done up front. And I'm like, I know, but we kind of just want to move in.
And like, there's no need for that. Like the floors is the one thing of like, Once you move in,
It will be
it
so
is
hard.
so hard to do floors because you then can't. You have to like basically
Move
move
out.
You gotta move all your shit off the floor or move it in room by room, which is impossible.
Yeah, that's what
And,
Jason and I talked about. Was like if we were to wait on these floors, we would have to rent a box trailer, put all our crap in a box trailer, live out of a box trailer.
But repointing your brick can be done in 2 years. Like no big deal.
Yeah.
Redoing a front porch can be done in 2 years. No big deal. Like.
Yeah, and for now, the front porch is just, we're not going to let people walk on it because it's a little sketch. My dad is going to look at it and, like, he's going to help us, in my dad's words, shore it up some.
Yeah, I was literally thinking, I can hear your dad say, he's going to shore that up.
Shore it up some, so we're going to do that. But for now, I mean, I might even put some Halloween caution tape on it. Like my Halloween decoration,
that would be
just
great.
Caution. Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Caution tape the crap out of it.
But you don't go in that door. Nobody goes in that door.
No, it's a decorative side porch. It doesn't even have stairs like down to the ground.
Yeah.
Like it's not a balcony because it's only 2 feet off the ground, but it's basically a balcony.
It's a balcony. It's one of those like Juliet balcony things.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's the ones where you like open the door and there's like 1 foot.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
It's like you can stand out and like look over and go Romeo, my Romeo, and that's all you can do from there.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to be doing all kinds of projects. I'm not sure when I'll be working on like the wedding shawl or fixing the brioche shawl.
I think we are going to be taking the next month as it comes.
Yeah.
Period. Like the next month, actually probably the next till after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sarah and I are moving around a lot. We're going to have people in for weeks at a time. We're going to be going places. You've got a house. It's just going to be chaotic and we'll just take it as it comes.
Yeah.
And if we have a bunch of episodes that are 20 minutes long, then we have 20-minute long episodes.
But we'll be here to talk to you about the silly things going on in our lives and hopefully have a little bit of craft to talk about.
Maybe more people show up to give you yarn you can't have.
That could happen. That could happen.
All right. Well, we will see you all
next time.
In the future.
Have
a wonderful spooky season.
Bye, guys.